Hey, this is JJ with J2 Fitness Pros, and a wild duck just quacked at me back there. I am at the Cannesburg Lake, if you can see behind me. It's really nice here in the mornings. So what we're going to do today is talk a little bit about the insulin enchilada. And that just means everything to do with insulin as far as low blood sugar, diabetes, cholesterol, or carbohydrates, cholesterol, everything. Now, the little disclaimer is I am not a medical doctor at all. And in fact, I want to apologize to all my physician friends out there because I'm about to take 12 to 14 years of medical knowledge that you work so hard for and to understand, and I'm going to try to cram it into 2 4-minute videos. So let's just say this is just between you and I, okay? So insulin, all it is just a hormone made by the pancreas in the body. And insulin is a very good thing. If it wasn't a good thing, people who are diabetic wouldn't have to worry about it so much. There's 2 main functions of insulin. One is to be a nutrient shuttle, and the other one is to control your blood sugar levels. So what it does is transport nutrients. Nutrients are protein, carbohydrates, the macro and micronutrients. It gets them to where they want to be or where your body needs to store them to use or to store them. So for example, we're going to use carbohydrates as our main topic because that's where all the questions are going to arise with the blood sugar levels, diabetes, insulin, all with carbohydrates. So let's focus on that. Now when you eat a carbohydrate, doesn't matter if it's a bread, grain, pasta, sugar, any kind of carbohydrate, that will enter the body through digestion, chewing, through the intestines. Eventually the carbohydrate is going to go into the bloodstream. Now as the carbohydrates in the bloodstream, it's being transported around the body, and eventually your body is going to want to use it or store it. So in our example, let's say it's going to be stored inside of a muscle. So as this carbohydrate goes into the body, the muscle's over here, the carbohydrate can't go into the muscle by itself. It just floats in the bloodstream. It needs something to help pull it over into the muscle. So it needs an escort. And that's what insulin's job is. Insulin will grab hold of the carbohydrate and pull it over into the muscle and introduce it. And that's how your body can store and use it. That's why it's very important for people who are diabetic to control the insulin, because all the nutrients in your body, if your body can't use or store them, it's not going to do you much good. So that's the main thing, is nutrient transportation and nutrient shuttling. The other thing is blood sugar levels. You have blood sugar levels in your body, which just means the amount of sugar or carbohydrates in your blood. Typically, you want a normal range of 70 to 120 parts, which will give you a normal reading. Now, after you eat a meal, the blood sugar is going to go up. We like to see it around 180 after a meal, but nothing too high. So typically, think of blood sugar, you want between 70 and 120 to stay in that range. Anything too low, you can have cravings and you can have other issues, grogginess. Anything too high, that creates a lot more problems too when you have high blood sugar. And that's where diabetics get into problems, because they have this high blood sugar and the insulin is not there to control it. So they have a lot of problems with controlling blood sugar, and that's when they need to, say, supplement with the insulin or control their diet. And we'll talk a little bit more about the diabetics in the second part of this. So we had the level of blood sugar being 120, 70 to 120 in there, 180 around meals. So what happens if its blood sugar gets too high, insulin is produced to bring it back down. If you have too much of a low blood sugar, your body's going to start sending out signals or cravings to try to get you to eat some carbohydrates so it goes back up in the normal category. So the whole goal with carbohydrates is to stay in that normal range of 70 to 120. So we're going to talk about that in the next video. So for now, this is JJ at J2 Fitness Pros at Cannesburg Lake. I hope you all have a great day. I will talk to you soon.